when you're not giving options in a sales role, you're giving ultimatums. This is what people don't understand. I have a warehouse. I have a truck that we pay for. I have air conditioning. I have 27 softwares that we use. We have personality profiling. People don't realize, and I could go on and on about the costs, but people don't understand it costs somewhere around 60% of the yearly salary to lose an employee.
And marketing.
Well, yeah, you spend a fortune to market to the new employees, and that's where I feel like I win all the time, man. I'm at a restaurant, I'll meet a busboy, and I'm like, dude, you were like on it, bro. Like, do you like your job? Because I was a busboy for a long time, man. And they'll be like, yeah, man, it's okay. Nights gets a little old. And I'll be like, listen, come here. Do you mind if I take a selfie with you? I mean, I do this all the time. I take a selfie. First, they're kind of weird. And then I go, what's your cell phone? And I'll text them. I'll say, listen, I own a company called A1 Garage Door Service. I want you to come do a ride along. And listen, not a big deal. Spend 3 hours. I'll pay you. I think this could be a career for you. I mean, 6 figures your first year should be possible. I mean, there's a clear path to get there. And every time they don't respond. Then the next day I send a question mark. And then I set in my calendar, every 3 days I send a question mark. And then finally it pops. Same thing if I want a review. I'll ask the client, listen, we get reviews online, and I'll just keep asking them. And it's persistence. And a lot of people don't have this tenacity that I have. And you have. And the people that are successful, they just got this go for no mentality. That I'm going to win because I'm going to outwork you. And I'm going to try a little harder. And people are like, well, when's enough? I asked Gary Vaynerchuk when I was with him about a year ago. I was having dinner. And I said, Gary, my mom always asked me, when's enough? I mean, at what point do you consider? I'm like, well, what am I going to do? But he goes, Tommy, it's just getting easier. He goes, now I want to see how far I could take this thing. And I go, man, I want to leave a fucking legacy. I want to be known as the baddest ass motherfucker that ever lived in home service. I want to create something that no one else has done. And that's what it's about for me. The money is just a KPI now. It's great. Money's good if you use it and don't worship it. But for me, I want to give freedom to a lot of people, and I want to see how far we can take this thing because I'm just getting started. I'm in the fetal stages.
So if someone's listening to this, they want to get in the home service business, can they call you and get a shot?
Yeah, no, reach out. Listen, I do shop tours. I really think I pay it forward all the time. I'm here to give.
And you're in Phoenix.
I'm in Phoenix, but I spent a lot of time in Wisconsin. That's where my sister lives. I'm from
I might
Detroit.
be moving to PV or Scottsdale.
PV, yeah. What about it?
I might be moving there.
Oh, you might be.
I'm looking at a few houses right now, as a matter of fact.
Oh, snap. That'd be awesome, dude.
I'd be like freaking joining a list of great names down there.
Yeah, so who do you got down there? You got
Dean Graziosi, Carlos Reyes, Andy Elliott.
Yeah, Andy. Andy's been hitting me up, dude.
Peter Meyerhoff, guy named Dane Lomax. You know Dane?
I don't know Dane.
Everybody seems to know Dane. But dude, there's a lot of players in Scottsdale. The only thing I don't like is that they did not elect Kerry Lake.
That was bullshit.
Yeah.
That was a bunch of crap. Do you know the ballots were actually too small to read? The one on the Republican side?
They clearly screwed the chick.
And now there's nobody. It's like she got deserted. It's unbelievable.
Isn't that crazy? Now I hear, by the way, she might be running for president one of these days.
I would love that.
Dude, Kerry Lake's cool.
She is cool.
I sat there with her for a long time, talking with her. Dude, she's just a real chick. She's a real lady.
She knows her stuff, man.
She knows. Well, she's not. She's like a mama bear. She always uses that mama bear shit. You ever heard her speech?
I've not been in live.
She
with
talks
her.
about you piss off a mama bear. And, you're making the mama bears mad with this mask and shit. But at the end of the day, man, I think they robbed it from her. That's the only thing I didn't like about down there. Other than that, I like it. It's like Vegas without the sin.
Yeah, I don't like Vegas. Like Henderson, and there's certain areas of Vegas, but I mean, we're here. I mean, I've got 20 technicians here, and I think it's a great there's advantages in Nevada.
No,
especially if you're building a trust.
Sometimes I'm swiping up on social media and I see, get your garage door fixed or get your garage door looked at, like a checkup or something.
So the deal is for garage doors is you got to build a need that doesn't exist. So that has to be an education. So did you know that 90% of the bugs come through the 16 feet entryway? Because bugs. Oh, yeah. On the other side of your garage is usually your kitchen. So the scorpions, the spiders, the ants, the crickets. So now I created a want for the bottom rubber to get replaced. Noisy garage door. We're getting into storage and flooring in now. So
how much does it cost to replace the rubber at the bottom of the door?
I charge I got a special for $129, including labor.
But that's like a lost leader to get in the door.
That's all. I want to get my sticker in there. Oh, yeah. Well, believe it or not, the majority of our door sales come from service calls. Because I'll say, listen, Brad, I got your door working, but I look at 7 things when I'm walking up to the house. I look, is your door oxidized, the paint? How does your trim look? How does your bottom rubber? Do you have a keypad? Is there black residue down the middle? Because that means it's a gear and sprocket. A baby, or is there a room above the garage? I mean, I'm building a plan. I've got a plan for everything. It's not fair. I feel bad for some of my competitors, and I love all the garage door guys out there. We're friends. But I'm we're just playing a different game. I mean, I hired 3 programmers now building out ChatGPT for this shit. We're building shit it's going to contact every client that we don't close, and it's going to consistently feed a loop to either they book us on Calendly or they tell us to opt out. And these things, it's just... We're playing with a cannon, and they're bringing a BB gun.
Where did you learn all this stuff?
Well, I put myself in situations with some of the biggest HVAC companies in the country, and I spent 5 years traveling to them and asking questions and being the dumbest guy. And I read a lot of books, man. I probably read 2 books a week. I'm on more podcasts. I'm speaking at an event tomorrow. I've spoken at 7 events so far this year, and it's beginning of March. So I just put myself out there and I ask. There's one thing I'm never afraid to ask. I was never afraid to ask a girl out. She said no, shame on her. I'm going to ask her again tomorrow. I don't give 2 shits. And one of my buddies went out, and I was like, dude, how does this dude pull so many hotties? And so one night I made it a goal. I'm just going to watch this dude. I'm going to watch him the whole night. So I watch him, and he's drinking his vodka sodas. And he walks up to a really pretty girl. And I see him whispering in her ear, and then she doesn't smile. And he spends 3 minutes with her and says, F it, moves on to the next one. And then the next one's smiling and laughing, and whatever joke he told worked out well. And I just realized this guy doesn't care. He's not afraid of no. He's the people that don't take it personally, and their mindset and their whole being doesn't get hurt when someone says no. No is just that much closer to yes. I'm just going to keep asking. I'm going to ask in different ways. I always say no means no, except for in the garage door. but it's a joke. I tell my guys.
It's funny you say that, because I just used it the other day as an example where I said no means no when it comes to the sex thing.
Yeah.
That's it. And that's not even true either. But it's not. There's been times where girls have said no, and then, you talk them into it, and then they do. And they do willingly.
They're like, oh my God, I drank too much yesterday.
No, but they do, and they do willingly because you talk them into it. And there's a million guys going, yeah, I've talked a girl into it. And yeah, that's just normal. It's just the truth. So no means if someone says no and they're adamant about no one no is, and obviously don't force yourself. That I agree with. But when it comes to sales, but matter of fact, I don't even disagree with no means no, because I have daughters. Let's go with that. No means no. When it comes to sex, when it comes to sales, no means I need more information.
Absolutely.
100%. No means I need to trust or like you better.
Let me tell you,
no does not mean no in sales.
When you're not giving options in a sales role, you're giving ultimatums. And I don't think people understand that. The average consumer should have 6 options because, and while I learned this from my buddy Joe Crisara, I give you 6 options. And I look you dead in the eyes and I say, what should we do?